Yo, what is good everyone? OG over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with the Octopath Traveler team is looking to increase the pace of its releases because it takes them quite a bit of time before they can release a new game. So let's go ahead and get right into what producers Masashi Takahashi and Tomoya Asano had to say in the matter in a recent interview with Nintendo Dream. So here's what Asano had to say, quote, "With Bravely Default, Bravely Second, and now Octopath Traveler, we have been releasing approximately one game every 3 years or so. However, we are currently expanding our development team and we hope we can increase the pace of our releases moving forward. We'll continue to make core RPGs specifically for fans of Square Enix RPGs all over the world. So, if you liked what you saw with Octopath Traveler, look forward to what we have in store for you in the future." So, we'll have to wait and see what they have for us, but I do have a few different possibilities of where they can go. So let's first start off with Octopath Traveler and what they had to say beforehand. They did say before the game launched that if it did well, that they'll definitely consider doing a sequel for the game. Well, if you don't know, Octopath Traveler has done ridiculously well, especially considering if you look at the style of game that it is and the price that it is, because you have to remember, with Bravely Default and Bravely Second, you're getting $40 per pop, but this one, you're getting $60 per pop, and in that art style, they definitely made quite a bit of money concerning to like how much the development cost is, because they're getting the same amount of money that even bigger and more advanced 3D games would get per a game, because they charge $60 for it. On top of that, they also had a special edition of the game, which a lot of people did pick up as well, the Wayfarers edition, which was even more expensive. So you're getting a lot more money than you would get beforehand with like Bravely Second and Bravely Default. So that's the reason why their team is expanding. Not only are they selling more copies than they did with the previous games, but they're also getting more money than they did with the previous game. Probably development cost is higher, yes, we do know that, but at the same time, they're using Unreal Engine 4 for a 2.5 HD style of game. So that's one thing. So a sequel for Octopath Traveler is definitely in the cards. That's probably going to happen at some point. So I know that's what they're going to do at some point, but I don't think it's going to be right away, because just a bit ago, we did get a tease for Bravely Default on the Nintendo Switch. They've been heavily teasing that franchise, and I do feel that is probably their next game. Now, where are they going to go with it though? Is it going to be a Bravely Third, or is it going to be a remake of the original two to catch people up on the story of Bravely Default? Then maybe they do a Bravely Third. I think they can really go in any way there. I would personally like to see just the Bravely Third, and then maybe they can release a compilation of the first two games, or maybe they just have a complete Bravely Default remake. But I honestly just want to see a full out Bravely Third, a brand new game. But if they wanted to go with a Bravely Default remake and kind of get it up to modern standards and everything, that would be great. I would have no problem with them doing that. They'd have to overhaul quite a bit of things, because they did say that they want to get games out a bit quicker. So I don't know how long that would take. The game was on Nintendo 3DS. I don't want just like an HD kind of like version of the game where it looks like a 3DS game, then it's just like smoother. I would really like for them to actually make a remake. If they're going to do Bravely Default, Bravely Second, make those remakes, make them look a lot better than what they were. But at the same time, I don't know what type of budget they have. I know they're expanding, so I want something a little bit more than what we got on the Nintendo 3DS. But also a brand new Bravely Third would be phenomenal if they can get that done. So that's kind of the way that I see them going. I'm a huge fan of Octopath Traveler, fantastic game, put a ton of hours into it, still kind of slogging my way through it just because of all the different fall games. The second half for Nintendo has been packed, but still, fantastic game, really good, love the style of it, love the HD rumble in the game. The game is fantastic, and I love Bravely Default and Bravely Second. I've 100%ed both of those games on my Nintendo 3DS, so whatever they do, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be happy with it, and it reminds me of the old school Square Enix. So what do you guys think about what the developers had to say here with Octopath Traveler? What do you think that they're going to be doing next? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next topic here, SEGA Ages Phantasy Star will officially launch on October 31st, and we do have the first pricing and everything as well. So SEGA Ages Phantasy Star will launch for the Nintendo Switch via the Nintendo Switch eShop on October 31st for $7.99/925 yen, SEGA has announced. Now, the SEGA Ages version of the RPG, which was previously slated for release in September, adds various new elements. Lists for magic items, weapons, and armor, auto mapping feature, International Edition FM sound unit, BGM, and music players. So they've added a bunch of different options to this version of SEGA Ages Phantasy Star for the Nintendo Switch, and that's the thing that you're seeing with a lot of these SEGA Ages games. It's not just the original virtual console style of game, right, where you just get the original game with all of its faults and all the problems that it originally had, which, yes, there are probably still going to be some issues, but they've done a lot of cool stuff here with the list for magic, weapons, armor, and all of that, the original one that's coming there, but then they also have the lower difficulty setting for people who obviously this game is going to be too hard for in the modern age. So you also have that. You have the monster codex. You can look up things a lot better. You can have the items and know, so you don't have to go online and check, okay, well, this item does this or that weapon does that. So this is really good that they added this in here, and it's going to make Phantasy Star a lot more playable for many people, because I guarantee you lots of gamers have not played Phantasy Star and beat it. I have not beat Phantasy Star. I've played it before via ROM back in the day, but I have never beat the game. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up, and it's probably going to go straight into that backlog after I play it, just because I have a ridiculous amount of RPGs to still play. But I think it's one of those games, man, that just needs to be supported, because I love what they're doing here. I want to see more RPGs come over. That's the biggest reason for me supporting this. SEGA has a treasure trove of RPG goodness that they can release on the Nintendo Switch. They really do. And starting with Phantasy Star, this is something that I just want to support, and I want to see more games come over. They talked about Sega Dreamcast games via SEGA Ages possibly coming over, and that could be something to where we can see like Skies of Arcadia. So I'm definitely going to be supporting Phantasy Star. I like what they're doing with SEGA Ages. SEGA has a ton of different games they can bring over. Shining Force is another one of those RPGs that they can bring over. There's just so much stuff that this company could do, so I'm hoping that Phantasy Star and the other games, SEGA Ages, can have a lot of success on the Switch, so we can see more of these games coming over. So what do you guys think about SEGA Ages Phantasy Star, the upgrades to the title? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last topic here, good things come to those who wait. So Spyro Reignited Trilogy plus Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy bundle will launch on November 13th. So several retailers are listing a Crash plus Spyro game bundle for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, due out alongside the release of Spyro Reignited Trilogy on November 13th for $59.99. It includes both Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. That is 6 games for $60, $10 a pop. And I'm really glad that I waited at this point, because that is a pretty good deal. Retailers listing the bundle include Walmart for the PS4 and Xbox One, Bull Moose, ProVantage, I cannot say that name, and also Game and DVD Exchange. So here is Walmart's description for the bundle. Your favorite Dragon and Bandicoot are back with Spyro plus Crash Remastered Game Bundle. You get 2 fully remastered trilogies, the Spyro Reignited Trilogy and the Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, for a total of 6 iconic games. Rekindle the fire of the original 3 Spyro games, Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. Then spin, jump, and wump as you take on 3 Crash games that started it all: Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warped. Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy is now available for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, as previously stated, is due out November 13th for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So this is really cool to see them putting these together. And yeah, if you waited on them, then you're getting a heck of a deal, because you can get Spyro Reignited Trilogy and also Crash as well for $60. Can't get better than that. $10 a pop for each game there, and they're all really good games. So I'm probably gonna go with this one on the Xbox One, so I can just kind of get it all in one swoop. I know there's also a bundle with the Nintendo Switch and a controller as well, I think for $50. So there's multiple different options to get your old school platforming on, because there's not a lot of 3D platformers out there. I think the last one that I played was Super Mario Odyssey, so it'd be pretty cool to kind of jump back into the 3D platformer kind of arena here with Crash and Spyro. Yeah, I'm definitely definitely going to be picking up this Xbox One and also with my Best Buy Gamers Club. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So what do you guys think about the Spyro Reignited Trilogy plus Crash Bandicoot Insane bundle going on here? SEGA Ages and Octopath Traveler. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace!